Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another video. Now, in this one, I'm going to be showing you guys how you can actually run GitHub Copilot locally. So as you guys know, GitHub Copilot a lot generates code for you and stuff like that while you're coding nicely. And at the moment, it costs like 10 euro a month or whatever, where it was free before. I used it when it was free and it was pretty good, I liked it, but I wanted to see if there was like an alternative that you can run locally on your own machine. And so I did find something. It's not, as good as Copilot in my opinion. Maybe I just didn't set it up properly, but the suggestions I'm getting aren't, as great. But if you guys are interested to play around with it, I'll show you how I installed it in this video. So the project is called FauxPilot. Let me see if I can increase the size a little bit there for you boys. Yeah, and so if you read this, it's an open source GitHub Copilot Server. So you will need an NVIDIA GPU, you will need an NVIDIA Docker. So I'm using Arch, by the way. So to get NVIDIA Docker, all you need to do is just install it. So, NVIDIA Docker. So as you can see, there is an NVIDIA Docker container or fucking program, and you'll need the NVIDIA Docker Compose as well. So if you install this, you might get a complaint saying that there's some issue with this file here. So you might get a complaint saying that this file exists. What you can do is just rename it to old and install this program, and then after you install it, edit this file and put in these here. Don't put in this. What this is just because I have like this hard drive here, well, this SSD, where I put in like all my kind of crap basically. Otherwise the Docker will store this inside your root. I think it's like /var or something, but I don't really have too much space left in my root drive, so I try to like move everything, in other hard drives or whatever. DNS, this is handy if you have issues with the networking working. So this will just tell the yokes to use this DNS, and so that's all you need to do for that. All right, so to get started with this, all you want to do is just head over here, then git clone it. Now I already have it cloned in here, and so after you clone it, what you want to do is you want to run setup. So what this will look like is like this. I'll just okay, so if you run setup, it's going to check a few things here. And then since I only have one GPU, I'm just going to type in 1. The port for the API is 5000, so you can just press enter. Address for trillion. You can leave it as is, but I had some issues with the Docker second networks, like I was saying before. So I'm just going to put in localhost for this. Oh shit. Localhost. So this just means it's going to use this machine's IP address. Now port for trillion 801, that's fine. Then saving it in the same thing, that's fine as well. Then for here I chose 1 since it's supposed to be faster, but it's still fairly slow, you guys will see in a second. And now for these, this kind of depends on how much VRAM you have. So I tried this one here, the one with the 13 gigabytes of VRAM. It ran fairly slowly, like it took around 6 minutes to generate like completion or whatever. So I tried with the 7 gigs VRAM next. That took like, and I don't remember now, it took like a minute anyway to generate because it does take a really long time. So then these I suppose will be even quicker. So we can go with number 2 for now, and let's see how that goes. So it's gonna download it. See, total is like 1 gigabyte, I think, so it shouldn't take too long to download, since I actually finally have fairly decent internet now. And do you want to run that? And we won't run it yet. Okay, great. So now, so all this did is it set up the env. So if we patch the env, so you should see num GPUs 1. It's going to be using your first GPU, API port 5000, localhost 8001, blah 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 blah. All right, so if we take a look at get status, you can see that I modified launch sh and modified docker compose. So if I go into launch sh, if I go down to the bottom, all I did here was I put it in NVIDIA-docker, and here NVIDIA-docker. So before, it used to be just docker compose and just docker compose up. Because we're using, you know, the Arch package, you can modify those. All right, so next one is the docker compose itself. So here, because I was having some issues with the network, with the containers not being able to download packages. I don't know why, but yeah, it was just a pain. I tried, you know, everything I could find with the DNS, with port forwarding and all that kind of shit, but still didn't work. So I'm just running it on the host network, which, you know, works fine. So put in network host here, put in network mode host here, scroll down, put in network host here and network mode host here, and that's it. All right, so now we can actually fire up these here, and I will just bring this up here. So this is the Docker images it creates. So as you can see, it's like quite big. So 25 gigabyte images it creates. So this is just like my previous run. So anyway, once you have all that done, what you want to do is you want to launch it like so. And since I have all the containers downloaded, it will start up straight away. For you, it'll take a long time to start because it's gonna, you know, build the Docker images and stuff like that. It's gonna download a bunch of stuff inside the Docker images as well. So, but anyway, once you get to here, we are good to go. So you'll kind of know when your GPU's like working, you know what I mean? If you do NVIDIA, what's it? NVIDIA SMI. Yeah, so there we go. You should see that your VRAM, I think that's VRAM. Yeah, so you should see that your VRAM is like 4 gigabytes for this model almost. Yeah, and then the power utilization is like what, 23% or something. Yeah, so we'll keep an eye on that, and it's also using 81 watts. So yeah, we can actually keep an eye on this since we don't really need this. So we can do watch and one VDSMI and just keep it running. I'll make it a little bit smaller. All right, so now that we have this shite running here, we're keeping an eye on our GPU. Let's head over to the next section. So next we want to launch this inside what you call it, Visual Studio Code. So what you want to do, I'll just open this in a different tab for the moment. Like here. All right, so it opened in my last kind of Rust program, whatever. But anyway, in the extensions, if you search Copilot, what you want to do is you want to install this, and then after you install it, don't like bother with anything. You go into the settings straight away, so Control-Shift-P to open this, and then you can just type in settings, and then you'll see two different ones. You want to go into JSON, and then here you can set in some options. I don't know why there's a there. So anyway, it's these two options that you really want. So this option is specific to what we're doing today. So we want the model to be the fast transformer, we want the engine to be code gen, and we want the proxy or the like the URLs to be pointing to our localhost 5000. So yeah, let me actually put this back, because you should have seen our get requests here. So I'm actually just going to move this one over here and then move this one back here. Okay, great. So you should have seen that, but you probably won't when you install this, because there's a few things that we need to do. So after you configure this, just close down Visual Studio Code again, and then you want to edit. So you want to go into .config or VS Code extensions dist. Oh wait, my bad. GitHub Copilot, and then dist. And then here you'll see a bunch of files, and what you want to do is you want to grab some stuff from the website here. So if we go down to how to set up client, then go down, how to set up here. Then you want to download both of these files into here. So as you can see, I have them here and the tokenizer here as well. All right, so next, what you want to do, you want to go into the extensions.js, and here what you want to do is you want to find API or something. Hang on, I kind of forgot the URL. All right. RxB build. What was it called? Yeah. Notes. Okay. Let's increase this a little bit. So what you want to do is replace all occurrences of API. Why isn't that? Oh, it's fucking broken. But anyway, what is it? Cat extensions, grab, yes, API. Oh yeah, I'm a fucking idiot. I already changed this. So yeah, in this fuck's sake. So in this file, you will have this address here, and you want to change it to your local host. So I couldn't find it because I already fucking changed it. So yeah, so here it is. So you want to change basically everything that has to do with github.com and Copilot proxy, blah, 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 to your localhost. So in this case, we're using 127.0.0.1, which is the same thing as your localhost anyway. So, and the port is 5000. So yeah, there should be 6 occurrences from what I'm seeing here. So once you did all that, you should be good to go. You can open up. Jesus. You can open up the code, and here you should see you're getting like a token. So it's gonna give this extension a fake token basically for it to work nicely. And so if we keep an eye on our GPU, as you can see, our GPU kind of like increased a little bit as well. And so here, for example, if we just let GitHub Copilot continue. So I just press enter here. As you can see, it's going to generate some stuff for us. Now this looks a little bit fucked, but as you can see, it, you know, it still generates. Generates some garbage, which is kind of, you know, what we want. And as you can see, it generated, you know, something that wasn't too bad. It might do better if I create like a bash file here. So let's go with sh. User and bash. And then here, what we want to do is, let's say, ask the user for their name and print it. Let's see what Copilot comes up. As you can see, the wattage is going up to like 176, and it created some bullshit here. What the fuck? Okay, it's thinking it's Python for some reason. But maybe we should tell them and ask the user to print it out in bash. All right, let's see how long it takes. Okay, so it's coming up with the same bullshit again. Can I like fucking... Okay. Maybe bash wasn't a good idea. Let's try Python. Let's say some shouts.py. User in be Python. Okay, very nice. And so what we want is, we want to create a function. Let's call it get user input. Okay, let's see what GitHub Copilot or what this model comes up with. Okay, come on. Okay. Well, I mean, get whatever, fuck it. Let's create a new function. Def ask user for their, oh Jesus, what is going on here? For their name. All right, let's see what it comes up with. So you can see it's like, you know, doing some work here, doing some work here. Utilization is 100%. So it is doing all the work that it needs. So I just gotta wait for it. Oh, there we go. All right, same fucking thing. So as you can see, it is a little bit slow sometimes, and it does like spit out just kind of bullshit most of the time. Okay, so let's see. All right, so let's say name is, excuse me for the name. Then what we want to do is we wanna, let's say we wanna capital name that capitalized. All right, so you can see that was good. That was quite fast. Let's see what else do you want to do. Let's do other function here, def loop true name. Oh yeah, and then we want to pass in the actual name. So that'll be the name here. And let's see, loop true each name. All right, so you can see it's like speeding up now, which is pretty good. For the name, then let's see, let's do something. Let's do encode the name. Encode the, let's see, capital name in base 64. Okay, are you gonna fucking do it? Okay, I think that was it. Yeah, that was it. Okay, why is it putting it out in like this? Is encode base 64 an actual function? I don't think so. Base 64. What the fuck is this? Alright, I wonder if this is a thing. Let me open up a terminal here. Python. Well, what the hell did we call it? Some shite. Yeah, raw input is not defined. Yeah, so I am pretty sure this needs to be OS, the raw input or something. Import OS. Hasn't, okay, fuck it. Whatever, it hallucinated. Yeah, so as you can see, it's not the best, but it's pretty cool that you can run this kind of stuff locally. So yeah, let me just clean up all this garbage. Jesus Christ, get lost. And while I'm doing this, the UI is quite laggy. So I'm gonna stop this and you keep an eye on this. So yeah, that's how you stop it. And you should see that the VRAM should have went down a little bit. The power went down a little bit anyway. So yeah, images. Yeah, so what we want to do is we want to see if there's anything running first. Okay, so there's nothing running. So docker rm. So make sure to delete these images after you're done. Must be force is being used by stop container. All right, docker container less what? Docker containers. Third thing, okay. Well, there appears to be fucking nothing. What the fuck? Yeah. All right, whatever. Fuck it. I'll do this. I'll figure this out later. But anyway, thanks guys for watching. I hope you found that fairly interesting, because I did. I probably won't be using this because it's using too much GPUs, and the suggestions are honestly not that great compared to the actual GitHub Copilot. So I'll see if there is more projects. There is where is it? This one here that I found, Clippy or something, GPT. Yeah, GPT code Clippy. So this is another pretty interesting thing, but it uses it uses Hugging Face like directly, and this is meant to be, this should be pretty good, but I just need to figure out how to run this locally, because because it's using this API, and I want to run it locally, but it's kind of tricky to set it up. If I go to VS Code, there is a there it is. So there is an extension here that runs in it, and so as you can see, it should be pretty okay. Like it doesn't look too bad, but limitations. Where is it? Yeah, so the Hugging Face inference API has a limited amount of requests you can make per hour if you're on the free tier. So you need to like host it locally. And I haven't figured out how to host like this whole kind of Hugging Face API compliant thingy locally. So I'll need to figure that out. But when I do, I'll give this a try, and this should be better suggestions. Yeah. So he recommends using these over default. A lot better suggestion, but slower. So, you know, pros and cons here and there. All right. Well, anyway, thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you next video. Bye bye.